Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 158. I'm continuing the story of the treasure seeker. Peter Block had made it to the home of his daughter and wife the eve before the wedding. I must tell you that the two were happy to see him. But almost immediately, his wife, Else, asked, "Where have you been and what have you been doing? I wish to know, and you should mend your ways, rogue." For she was accusing him, having taken the gold from her vault. He told her that he had sought his fortune and sought many different trades in order to make his living, but had finally happened upon blacksmithing, and though he was not very good at it, he had made for himself a great amount of nails, and this he wished to give to the bride and the bridegroom as their, wedding gift. Peter Block had wheeled in with him a wheelbarrow full of, it seemed, nails. Now Else thought this was ridiculous and flew into a rage when she heard it. She began to scold him. Well, it is said that those who were listening in could not believe what was going on. They had to hold their ears for fear of what would come out of her mouth next. Well, while this was all going on, Friedland was there, Lucia was there, and Friedland said to poor Peter Block, "Don't worry, good father. You can come and live with us." Well, this settled everything, and Lucia got her wish. Her father led her to the church and down the aisle. Now, I believe I left off the story somewhere where Peter Block had, gotten into the treasure chamber, taken the gold from the copper chest, turned, went out. As he did, he hurried to get out of that dark chamber and up the 77 steps and out into the fresh air again, because he was not sure that he could believe completely what the apparition had said. He was afraid that he might be entombed in the earth and die there, adding to the bones of those that were in the chamber to the right. He scurried up. The doors, as he went out, crashed close behind him, and as they did, he remembered that he had left within the spring root, so there would be no way for him to go back and seek more treasure. But he did not worry. He had enough with him, and out he scurried into the fresh air, packed the earth over the hole again after placing the square stone in place, and off he went. Now he took his time. As he had taken his time to get there, he took his time on his way back, and he began to muse to himself, how would it be possible for him to enjoy this wealth that he had gained without having to share it with his angry wife? How could he figure out for, a happy life ahead? Finally, he hit upon the idea of coming back into town, with a wheelbarrow full of nails, that he would hide his gold underneath the nails. Thereby, no one would know that he had great wealth. So when he went into the nearest town, he spent a night in a room there in a tavern. The next day, he bought a wheelbarrow that was quite big and a great sum of nails. He placed that sack of gold that he had collected in the bottom of the wheelbarrow and placed the nails on top, so all it looked like was a wheelbarrow full of nails. And off he went down the road. As he was traveling down the road, he came across a young man He was, well, kicking the dirt each step as he went along down the road. And Peter, not making great speed along the road because he was pushing this wheelbarrow filled with nails and gold, had even overtaken this young man. Peter, wishing that everyone was happy, turned to the young man and said, "Good sir, what is it that ails you? What has the world done to you?" The young man replied, "Well, whether I'm going into the world or out of the world, I just don't know. My feet will carry me where they will. Why don't you come with me to the next village and we can share a meal together at the very least?" Well, the young man agreed, and so they made their way to the next little town, and there at a tavern, they stopped to have some food. And we'll stop the story there. Where's the wheelbarrow full of nails? That's what I would like to know while they're eating. Do you just leave it outside?